Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Taurus for the month of March 2019. Welcome Taurus, hope you're fine. Hope everything went well for you in February. Let's see messages for March. That'll do. Energy around the situation is the Five of Swords. So, be on alert this month, Taurus, and keep well away from arguments that you know that you can't win with people that you know are argumentative at best. So, if there's an energy around, especially will usually work family, seem to be prevalent with this Five of Swords. So just keep your distance. If you find yourself in the middle of this argument, or this argument that you won't win, or whatever's going on with that kind of different people with different opinions that aren't going to give in, you're never going to win with them. So just sidestep and move away from that energy is the only way to combat it. This is where you are right now, Taurus. Queen of Swords, be very clear. You're in a clear point at the moment, Taurus, as you usually are, but just be on notice that there's these energies around of, argumentative types and battles that can't be won. So be very clear about that with the Queen of Swords. She's clear in mind and she knows. So, but she can also like to say her point of view quite forcefully as well. So if I were you, I would just say nothing. If this is the person who the argument is with, or it's all stemming from that particular person, sometimes Queen of Swords can be quite difficult and won't budge whatsoever. So once again, Taurus, just give it a sideswipe it. Don't get involved in it. Let's see what's brought that on. Excuse me, Four of Rods, Four of Wands. So you're doing really well at the moment. Time to consolidate and move on to the next level of whatever that may be in terms for you, yourself. But yeah, Four of Wands is very much a card of things are going well. You're ready for the next phase, next stage. You've got everything there. It's a movement card. So definitely don't impede your movement with anything where you could be sidelined into some sort of issue that you really have no interest in, and it's not going to serve you anyway, Taurus. So there you go. This card, as I always tell you, affects the whole 10-card reading. So there you go. It's very positive. The background of this situation is the 10 of Wands or the 10 of Rods. So yeah, a bit exhausted at the moment. Just take a breath. Take a breather. Refuel the tank. Because there's been a lot happening for you and there's been a lot on. So you certainly don't need it anymore. It'll be the camel that breaks the straw, that breaks the camel's back. So a bit overburdened, overwhelmed on the energy front, Taurus. So just, remind yourself, think of yourself first. Rest up. Recent influences is Justice. So very much a karmic card. So you've been putting effort in by the looks of it. So effort in, reward out. That's as simple as Justice is. In this situation that you have with the energy around it, just remember that. Just look after yourself for this month. And knowing you guys, you have been working hard and everything has been sort of ticked and done correctly. So rewards are coming for those that put in. Legal issues too can be, often are at forefront with justice as well. So if you've got something of that nature coming in, excuse me, that could be really beneficial for you. That justice card, when it turns up, is quite powerful, especially if you're wanting a resolution from a legal issue. The lesson. Ace of Pentacles, so good new beginnings with money. Not to worry about money. Ability to move on up. Promotion, all that sort of stuff. You moving in and doing really well in terms of work. Especially all your finances, things are looking up. So just remember that. Focus on those good things. Near future. And off you go. New beginnings with the Fool. So definitely jump off that cliff, take a risk. But as you can see, the Fool's on his own there. It's a singular. This is all about you, yourself. It's not about the other people in the environment or the background. It's just about you going for what you want. So Ace of Pentacles says, yes, there's opportunity there and you know, doing really well. And this sort of says, yeah, we'll go for it. So second week in March, definitely an opportunity for new beginnings, whatever that particularly resonates with you, Taurus. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising, and it's on your path, so just keep moving forward with the Star. Star talks about being in the right time, the right place. Everything's as it should be. So just go with that and move forward. There's no time for hesitating, stopping, thinking, scratching your head and wondering, am I on the right path? You are on the right path. So just proceed. How others see you. This will be interesting, Taurus. Yeah, they're seeing you as sort of being a bit... Seven of Cups is almost illusion. Are they thinking, people thinking that you've taken on too much or you're wanting too much and it's not going to be possible because it's quite a bit of an illusion, really? We just have to have a look at that later on as well, because it's an interesting card to get, especially for the earthbound Taurus. They're usually very, very practical people. So I'm just wondering why other people are seeing you as the Seven of Cups. We'll look at that a bit later. Positive feelings, Ace of Swords, so victory after difficult times. Another ace sitting right next to your Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, if it has been difficult, good times are coming, easier times. You've really sort of nailed whatever you were dealing with and things are getting a lot better for you. Good new energy, victory. The outcome. Eight of Cups, maybe relationship, emotional business here. Time to move forward, as we said down here with the Star and what you're not realising is happening. Time to move on, leave a situation as it is and just move on and do your own thing. There's nothing more you can do there, Taurus, so just move on. If that's indeed a personal relationship or personal matter, you'll know yourself. But this may be just that card that you need to see just in order to go, okay, well, nothing more to be done here. I'll just keep moving forward. Thank you very much. I'm just going to pull a guidance card for that Seven of Cups, because that's really unusual, I find. That illusion. People seeing you as... or seeing, maybe they're seeing you as something's too good to be true that really isn't going to work out for you, or that's what they want you to believe. If it is indeed a relationship, they might be sort of thinking, well, what are you doing there? But then again, that's for you to decide. If it is an emotional card, the Seven of Cups, so it is, if it is that, you'll know what that is. So let's see what we have. So to clarify that, we have the Ten of Pentacles, so it's about money. People are seeing you doing really well financially, doing very well and stable. work situation, just at the top of the tree, doing very well. Maybe this has got something to do with a significant other, or a reason that people are seeing you as being under a bit of an illusion, because they see you as having everything and being very stable. So why would you go back into this card of, iffy, very iffy card? Still, I'm not really satisfied with that, because it's just still not bringing through anything concrete. That news coming in to Taurus, so if you're waiting for something, it's going to be really good. So just hang in there and wait. There's good news on the horizon. And then I placed another card on top of the Eight of Cups, which walk away from a situation that's no longer serving you, or that, you know, it's done and dusted there. There's nothing more to do. And I did get the Three of Cups. So I'm just wondering if it is a relationship where there's three people in it, and this person, sort of, other person sort of hasn't really told you the full story, or there's that kind of energy around it. Just one more on that. But you really need to trust your intuition. And because we have Justice here, it could be quite a karmic situation. So it's a bit of a test to see if you will sort of trust your intuition, move on for the moment. Let's see. Yeah, new beginnings coming in with the Page of Pentacles. So in terms of work, focusing more on work things. So if there is a bit of a situation, triangular type situation with people coming up, which you discover, or which you probably may even think about is possible, just focus on work and try and just move on for now, Taurus. Don't, you know, get into those arguments. Don't trust yourself that things are getting better, but just be cautious this month. Okay, your guidance card for the month is Renunciation. Give up all ideas about yourself and simply be. There is a great difference between struggling in life and loving life. The practice of renunciation, or voluntarily letting go, will help you end this struggle and make loving life possible. For when you are not struggling, you can give all you have to love, to dream, to be who you truly are, and to everything that you do wholeheartedly. So that's a nice way to finish. So just go with that. No more struggling, Taurus. I wish you a wonderful March. Thank you for listening.